Hello everybody and welcome back to the XsivGaming channel and Farm Simulator 2017. This is our Let's Play series here on Oakfield Farm, and today we are up to episode number 13 of our Let's Play series. So if you could quickly drop us a like, it would be much appreciated. And of course, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. So what are we doing today? Well, episode 13 we are going to be ploughing field number 13. Just to keep it nice and simple, what we've gone and done is finished up the baling, etc. Finished up the all the harvesting, got all the bits and pieces put away, etc. We've then finished day 4 of mid-autumn, and we're now on day 5 late autumn. Which of course has meant that the animals have needed feeding, so we've gone and got that done as well. Not completed that job yet, but it will be another one to get done. Start up the Massey Ferguson 7347S harvester. I'm just going to put the header onto the trailer. We don't need this until something like that. Yeah, we won't need that for a little while, so I say a little while, but won't need it for today anyway. Let's pull that out of the way. Onto the road bit for the time being. Shut that off there. And then what we're going to do today is use the New Holland T9 and that great big Gregoire Besson plough that we purchased, of course. So we'll get that started up. Get it all unfolded. Remember how big this really is. There we go. So that's that job done. We'll lower it down there. We are going to run around the edge of the field first. It's not something I would normally do. I'd normally do the headlands of the field first. But yeah, we'll get the outer edge done first. And that way, if we do have to get a worker on, you should be able to turn around without too much bother then. We did also want to get field number 9 harvested, which is those soybeans, but that will be probably tomorrow's episode. But like we say, for today is going to be this harvesting. Not this harvesting, this ploughing. There we go. We'll get there in the end. So yeah, we'll run around the edge of the field first. Realise we're not using the full width of the plough here. But as we come up to this end of the field, you will notice that we didn't bale up everything. I think there's a couple of rows that we didn't get baled up because it said that there's too many bales around. So yeah, unfortunately we've not managed to get all of the straw picked up, but not the end of the world. But since then we have now used some of the straw bales for the cows and their bedding, etc. So technically we could do it, but we'll leave it at that. It's not worth bringing the baler back up to the field just for a couple of rows. We've got 2 rows there, 3 rows I can see. Literally 3 and a bit rows, through in a tiny bit of rows. So yeah, it's just not worth bringing that back up. So what we'll do is we'll just plough all that into the field. Put some nutrients back in the ground. Talking of nutrients in the ground, we have got an awful lot of manure that has built up in the cow pen as well. So I think what we may very well do is put a sprinkling of manure on these fields, and then when we cultivate them or plant them in, we will add some good solid manure to the ground as well. It will of course help the crops grow. Anyway, back to today. That's a job for later on, of course. Like I said previously, this is one of our biggest fields. It's certainly going to take some time to get done, which is the reason we bought the bigger plough. Nothing worse than trying to get a big massive field done with a tiny little plough like we had. We've still got that plough, of course. It's handy for the little fields, but I don't know how many little fields we've actually got. If we look at the map, even field 9 is not really that small. But anyway, let's crack on with today. So we're getting this ploughing done. The New Holland T9 is doing its job. It's pulling along nicely. Not particularly quick, but for such a big bit of kit that it's pulling, it's certainly doing well. And it's uphill. So that is one lap of the field done. Lift that up. I think we'll turn that over. We'll do another lap of the field, but the opposite way around this time. Change it up a bit. So yeah, that is today's job, is get this ploughing done. See how big this thing really is. Yeah, this is what do we say, 10.2 meters of ploughing at a time if you get to use the full width. Whereas our previous plough was only 2 meters, 5 times bigger than what we had originally. So doing about 8 or 9 miles an hour when we're going downhill with this plough. bit there, but we can't seem to get it. There we go, we got it this time. And this is where it's going to struggle up this very steep hill. It's like, in theory, dropping an anchor down. Anchor digs into the ground, stops the boat moving. I think the force that this needs to have to be pulling the amount of weight that it is dropping down, and then with it pulling uphill as well. Certainly will take some effort. So yeah, what we'll do is finish off this lap of this headland that we're doing now. Then we'll run a headland around the island in the middle there. Drop that there. Yeah, we'll finish off this. We'll run a ring around the little island or roundabout or whatever you'd like to call it in the middle of this field. With those trees on there. And then we should be able to put this onto a worker without it messing it up too much. I'd like to think it can do it without messing it up at all, but knowing this, probably not. So yeah, really in terms of tutorial guides of how to do ploughing, there's not really a lot we can really tell you with this. It is just lifting the plough up, putting the plough down, occasionally turning it over, especially if you want to change direction. But apart from that, yeah, there's really not a lot we can be showing you, and certainly nothing that we haven't already shown you in the past. Many a times we've done the ploughing missions. So, if we put this onto a worker, let's see how he does. Curious as to how he's going to turn around. Like I say, I know when we was doing the harvesting, he was making a complete and utter mess of turning around. Yeah, he's on a set line, but So we'll quickly nip back up the other end. We'll start him off once again. So yeah, certainly not the fastest tractor in the world either. Again, we'll let the worker take over, see how he gets on. Tell you what we didn't do the island bit in the middle like we said we was going to do. So let's drop that down once again. We'll carry on. Straighten that right off. Rotate the plough over. Drop it down there. Let's see how we get on. These kind of bits of kit don't really like round edges. Go. So, run down to that corner. See if the worker can line up. Probably not actually, the angle's a bit wrong. At the moment that's just us doing the job till we get sort of lined up where we need to be, and then we can start the worker on once again. Like I say, all that straw will just dig back into the ground. So we'll lift that up there. Let's get this lined up. Get the worker on the go now. Hopefully he should now get the job done. In fact, if we just leave him to get the job done, we'll just run round finishing off any bits afterwards, of course. I think it's probably going to be the easier way. He shouldn't do anything too wrong. In fact, we may need to... Blimey. No, you're not going to leave it there, that's far too big a gap. That's the thing with the bigger ploughs. The workers don't seem to like them. See what the worker makes of this edge. Just curious as to where he's going to stop coming up to the hedge there and the trees. He seems to want to stop really early so that he can turn around. Yeah, look at that. Can't stop that far away. I think that we may well be doing this job ourselves then. Shouldn't take us too long anyway, just doing it ourselves. So we'll lift it up, rotate the plough round, flip it over, drop it down once again, and off we go. Yeah, so as we were saying with the manure situation, we've got a fair bit of manure in. I'm surprised how much we've actually got in there just after a couple of days. So I shall speak to a couple of the neighbouring farmers, see if we can borrow a muck spreader. We can sprinkle the fields with the manure. I don't want to flip that over because we want to head that way around next. So we are quite close to that hedge, especially when it comes to turning around. As we've said on many other occasions, it really doesn't matter how you do the ploughing. Some people just keep going round and round and round the fields. Some people like to do up and down and straight lines and then the headlands afterwards. It really doesn't matter how you dig the ground over, as long as it's all dug over. Like we say, we are getting done. It's going to take some time to get this field done and finished. Once again, the tractor's struggling a little bit with the hill and the weight. Still, it's pulling sort of 5-6 miles an hour, which isn't bad considering. I think all that weight that it is pulling up this hill. Very nicely done, these tractors, all nicely decorated out. So we'll lift it up, spin it around, flip it over as well. And there we go, because we're going downhill it's obviously a lot quicker than what it is coming up. Certainly feels a lot quicker anyway. Once again, we'll lift it up, flip the plough over and spin round. So get an idea of how big the plough is and how big the field is when you zoom out like that. As we said previously, this is the biggest plough in the game. It was part of the Big Bud DLC. that you could purchase. If of course you was to put this on the Big Bud tractor, you would need the trailed lifter for it as well. As the Big Bud hasn't got the three-point harness or three-point linkage on the back. It is like the tow bar linkage. Did do a comparison, or like a challenge as to which was the best tractor, the Big Bud, the Case Quad Track, and the big Challenger. Put them through their paces with various different bits of kit and different tests. Again, if that's something you'd like to watch, those videos are available. It's the Trio Challenge, we called it. I'll say that playlist is available if you'd like to go back and watch those videos. Yeah, we are certainly getting this job done. We have been recording for what, just over half an hour, 32 minutes or so, but I think we will end the episode there. We can of course get this finished off whilst today's video is rendering. Like I say, episode 13 it is today. There's a fair bit left to do. But yeah, if you have enjoyed today's video, remember to drop us a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you are new, and if you could share this video with family and friends or anybody else that you think may enjoy, it would be very much appreciated. But I think for today that is going to be it. Like I say, we're just gonna get this finished off, and when we come back we should be ready to do some other bits and pieces. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed. Like I say, that is going to be it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.